Hello. What's up? It's your girl Twan the Mystic from HouseMystic.com. Hello and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, what's up? I am Twan the Mystic, okay? So in today's reading, we're talking all about your next glow up and how you're magically transforming, okay? So, yeah, you already know what I'm going to say. Go ahead and light your candles, light your incense, and light your blunts because we're about to get real deep with this reading. If you love deep, insightful, and accurate pick of cards, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop something new, okay? So go ahead and pick the picture or the number that you feel the most drawn to, and then go to the the timestamps in my comment section or in my description, and then click on it and I'll see you at your corresponding timestamp. Hello. Those of you that chose pile number one, let's get into your reading all about your next glow up, how you're glowing up, how your life is transforming for the better. Okay, so yes, let's get into your reading. But first of all, let me say the picture that you chose, as for pile one. That picture is actually by me because I am also a digital artist, and you can buy that print in my shop. You can either go to my website, the link's in the description, or you can just go to my my YouTube page and you'll see my store or whatever. So yes, my prints are now available if you are interested. And you can also get them as phone cases, as stickers, things like that. That information is below, okay? So yeah, let's get into it. Okay. So pile one. So first we're talking about, hold on, I have to look at the spread. So it says, what's going on with you right now? So let's see what's going on with you right now, and then we're getting into how you're glowing up. So we have Six of Cups. We have Page of Wands, and then we have Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like, these are also part of what's going on with you right now. But let's start with these three cards. Okay, so I feel like what's going on with you right now is, I feel like a lot of you guys are, it's like you're walking away from the past, like something from your past, whether it's like, you're finally releasing the past, releasing like old habits, releasing maybe things that still kind of haunt you regarding your past. But I also feel like there's a part of you that is walking away from like an old lifestyle. Like maybe you lived your life a certain way where, like, for example, this is an example. Let's say you lived in a way where it's like, maybe you weren't eating healthy, you weren't drinking your water, you weren't doing all the things you needed to do, and now you're changing up your lifestyle where you're like, okay, I gotta make sure I drink water, I gotta work out every day, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like I feel like very serious about making some major changes when it comes to your lifestyle and releasing an old lifestyle. But I also feel like it's like you're releasing an old version of yourself, or you're releasing the past, or I don't know. I feel like you're walking into a phase of your life where it's like things are very different. It's very different from how things were before. If that makes sense. Like, for example, you could be changing careers soon, or you're thinking about changing careers. Like, there's something that's going on in your present, or how your life is in the present, that's going to be very, very different. Like, I see your life doing a complete 180 in a positive way. I see your life doing a complete 180 where you're, I don't know, life is just looking really, really different for you. I mean, especially because with these two cards, it's looking like you're walking away from the past. So it's giving like walking away from a past version of yourself, or walking out of your comfort zone, or like, but there's something where you're leaving something behind and you're walking into something new. Oh, and then I looked at the time and it's 9:11. So, and that has to do with like your positive thoughts opening a new doorway for you. So it could really be your way of thinking. Oh wait, all right. I said opening a new doorway for you, and what do we have here? New moon, beginnings. Yeah. Like I really feel like how life used to be for you is not going to be that way, especially for a lot of you guys. And it has something to do with money, with these Seven of Pentacles. Like I feel like some of you guys have had experiences where you have to like decide, okay, is this bill going to get paid, or am I going to have food on my table? Am I going to pay this bill or this bill? Am I going to, like, maybe you're buying things, but then you want to buy things, but then you have to put it back because you don't want to spend the little money you have, or like something like that. But I see you being able to spend more freely. I see you, just life being different, where in a very positive way, where you have upgraded. But I mean, we are talking about right now. I'm getting ahead of myself because this is wait, hold on. Am I getting ahead of myself? Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we have the higher power, moon goddess. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, what's going on with you right now is because as I'm making this today, it is the new moon eclipse in Aries. So it's so funny that this came out. So some of you guys could have cardinal signs in your chart: Aries, Cancer, Capricorn. Yeah, and I feel like a higher power, especially because it's an eclipse, a higher power is like moving some chess pieces around in your life, where it's like certain things out of your control are kind of happening, and it's kind of like forcing you in a certain direction, or forcing you to do this, like your hands kind of being forced a little bit with some of the things that's happening, especially when it comes to like a shift with your life. For example, like it could be like a health issue, a health scare that causes that lifestyle change, or you being like, damn, I want to make more money, where it's forcing you to make a career change, or like there's something that was that was down to the wire, or like some type of, I don't know, extreme, or something that took place that made you realize like, okay, I got to do this. Okay. So yeah, that could be kind of happening right now, and Spirit wants you to know that that's them forcing you to make some type of lifestyle change, or career change, health change, relationship change, some type of change that's kind of like being forced upon you. Okay. Yes. But yeah, let's see what else. Well, actually, no. This is the part of the reading that's your glow up, which I feel like we're kind of touching on it already, but let's see. Okay. Wow. So we have all swords. Very interesting. So it definitely makes me think there's slicing. There's a lot of like slicing and cutting out. So that could be you cutting people out, cutting out certain foods, cutting away certain beliefs. Like there's something that's being cut out of your life. Okay, so we have King of Swords here. So King of Swords is someone that tends to be very knowledgeable about something. And we have, oh wait, no. I'm thinking about a different card. Never mind. But okay, so they tend to be very, very knowledgeable about things. The King of Swords, that's represents someone that's very knowledgeable. And I feel like how you're glowing up is because a lot of the shit that you've been through, it taught you a lot. It taught you resilience. It taught you what not to do. It taught you a lot. So it's kind of made you a professional at whatever this thing is. So for some of you guys, for example, like I said, there could have been some type of health scare or something that you went through, and then it forced you into being like, okay, well, what are certain herbs I could use? What are certain things I need to do? And then you learn so much about it, you become a professional. And some of you guys end up This is meant to teach, make you a teacher for other people so they can change their lifestyle. Okay? Yeah, so for some of you guys, this is part of your career. Like, this is happening to push you into a teacher role type of situation or whatever. Okay? And then, yeah, this Ace of Swords, it's so interesting because we have Ace of Swords, which is the very beginning of the suit, and then we have the King of Swords, which is the very last card of the sword suit or whatever. So it's making me think that how you're glowing up is like like I said, your life is about to do a complete 180, where it's like maybe you were struggling, just broke, living from paycheck to paycheck or something like that, and then you're going from that to like being able to spend money lavishly, or you got a super great job, or like you just have more freedom when it comes to your money, after living a life where you were penny pinching. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by a 180, like from this extreme to this extreme. But extreme sounds crazy, so let's not say extreme, but I feel like you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's going from that to that. But it's so interesting also because we have the first card of the deck, of the suit, then we have the last, but this is like the last. 10 of Swords is the last of the numbers. It goes from 1 to 10. Then it's the court cards. And then the King is the last of the court cards. So I definitely feel like there's some significant steps that are being made. So maybe right now as you're watching this, some of the things are happening already where it's like, where you are, maybe you realize, okay, this is happening, I need to be proactive. And then you're being proactive, you're doing the things, and you're getting prepared. And then the next step, or the next thing that's about to happen, is you becoming this King of Swords, where it's like you've mastered something, you're deeply knowledgeable about something, your life has leveled up in some type of way. But this is the glow up reading. So yeah, I definitely feel like there's some significant steps that are being made. But with this 10 of Swords here, as far as how your life is glowing up, I feel like a lot of the pain that you've been through, and hardships and mistakes you've made, and all these times where you feel like you fell down, I feel like we're all part of that to be a part of your glow up. Follow me. For example, like, you know how sometimes girls will date a guy, right? And then it's like they'll date them and then they break up and it's like, oh my God, this is so terrible. But then they like glow up and they go back to school, they get a better job, or they skin glowing. Like, that's what it's giving, where it's like some of these things that has happened or is currently happening or whatever were meant to be catalysts to make you glow up, and to make you maybe realize what you don't want, what you shouldn't do, what you know what I mean? Like, especially like, for example, that health example where, like, yeah, maybe there was something that happened regarding your health and it made you be like, okay, well, damn, I should work out more, or I need to eat like this, or whatever. And then you end up becoming like a super baddie who's like, you know what, maybe I should be a fitness instructor, or maybe I should do something with nutrition. You know what I mean? Like, these catalysts, these things that happen were meant to be catalysts to kind of like push you to where you need to be. And it is eclipse season. I feel like that's what happens every time during eclipse season, where it's like some type of catalyst that like pushes something, or, you know, especially when there's an eclipse in a cardinal sign. But anywho, yeah, so that's how I feel like you are glowing up. Let's see what else. The improviser, see, thank you, Spirit. I effortlessly adapt to deal with unexpected circumstances. This is what I'm talking about. The fact that it says I effortlessly adapt with to deal with unexpected circumstances. This is what I'm talking about, where, like I said, there's some type of thing that like is forcing you, to do something. We're gonna just keep using the health as an example because that's, I feel like, the best example, where it's like you're forced into maybe trying certain herbs, trying certain exercises, but then it turns you into a super healthy fitness baddie, and then you realize like, oh, I want to be a fitness trainer or whatever the case may be. Like I said, this is an example, but that's what I feel like is happening for you. Like, for example, like a career, like let's say you, like I was saying earlier, like maybe you weren't happy with how much you were making in your career or whatever, and it's like forcing you to explore options. You know what I'm trying to say? So I definitely feel like that's how you're glowing up, like you exploring your options and realizing like, oh, these options are here, so I should take these options instead of being where I'm not happy. Or, oh, my health, oh, there are these options, let me do this instead of just being unhappy with my health. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're experimenting with certain options you're realizing that you actually have. The Judge, I'm relentless in my pursuit of honesty and justice. That is so freaking funny because, like I said, because of some type of catalyst, it's making you relentless, where you're like, okay, I have to find the answer, I have to find the herb, I have to find the solution, I have to find this, I have to find that. Like, something is like forcing you to pursue a certain direction, or forcing you into some type of like, it's like some type of call to action that's happening here. Okay, so yeah. Right, so what was the last one? Okay, anything else you need to know about this next phase of your life? Okay. Wow, so we have pride, arrogance, ego, stubborn. Then we have clock, needing time, takes time to heal, progressing. Yeah, see, I definitely feel like you're releasing the past. Okay, getting back out there, meeting someone new, setting a date online. So some of you guys, it really is like your glow up has something to do with who, like, you getting back out there in the dating scene, or you like actually dating someone and things working out or something like that. But I definitely feel like something with your love life is a big part of your glow up, where like maybe you kissed a lot of frogs, but then you finally found your prince, or, you know, sounds so cliche, but you know what I'm trying to say, like there's some justice coming when it comes to your love life. Whether it's, for a lot of you guys, I do feel like it's something with a person, but for some of you guys, it's you just feeling healed. Of course, like, you don't have to be like completely perfect before getting back into another relationship, but I feel like, sorry, my armpit was itchy, but it's like you're making peace with what happened in the past. Even if you are in a relationship right now, I still feel like you're making peace with your past, where like certain relationships didn't work out or whatever. Like, I feel like you're really, really making peace with your past and not, I don't know, like you're not letting it hold you hostage. I don't know. So yeah, let's also choose from the bowl of answers. Oopsie. Okay, we have trust your intuition. Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. Or isn't that what I was saying? Well, I don't know if I said intuition, but I definitely feel like these certain things kind of have happened to kind of force you into things where it's like your gut feeling is saying, or your emotions are saying, yeah, I'm not fulfilled. I don't like this. This is crazy over here. This is happening over here. And it's kind of like forcing you to be like, okay, well, how do I fix this? Okay. And it's funny that we have intuition because the next one is Cancer, which is a very intuitive sign. And it says nurturing, intuitive, emotional, protective, sensitive, loyal, home, loving, compassionate. So yeah, I definitely feel like your intuition, trust it. Definitely trust it. But this card also has to do with the past. So or Cancer has to do with the past. So I definitely feel like you're being called to heal from the past. But I feel like, yeah, many of you guys, that's your glow up. You healing from the past and not continuing or not letting your past hold you back or have room in your future as far as like how you go about living your life. Of course, learn your lesson, but basically you're not letting it make you bitter, or you shouldn't let it make you bitter. Okay, so what else, Spirit? Aquarius, innovative, eccentric, independent, humanitarian, intellectual, unconventional, and visionary. So that could be something that's happening in your new phase where you are like, oh yeah, we did talk about experimenting. So yes, you experimenting with like trying certain things and just seeing what's out there. But then also it's making me think of your life doing that 180 where it's like 1 minute your life is like this and then the next minute it's just like, whoa, like how did I get from here to here like this? Especially because how these swords showed up, it's like certain parts of the suit were skipped. So I feel like that's how you're glowing up, where it's like certain things are skipped. Like for example, I keep using examples. For example, okay, let's say you've been posting your art on Instagram every day. You know what I mean? There's a lot of artists that post paintings on Instagram every day. Let's say you did that, but then it's like suddenly, some way, somehow, who's a poppin' celebrity right now? SZA randomly sees your stuff, and then it's like things pop off from there. That's like from regular views to whoa, now a lot of people looking at my shit. You know what I mean? Like I be trying not to talk about myself, but I'll use myself for an example, like how that 180 shit could be, because that actually happened to me. That's why I'm using it as an example, where it's like, I mean, I had followers on Instagram, but then SZA shared, and it was eclipse season, SZA shared my reel, and my followers shot up, okay? It shot up, okay? And very interesting. And yeah, it's like things popped off from there. It's like it went from oh to boom, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's what's happening for a lot of you guys, from like, oh, it's this way to boom, you know what I mean? So yeah, something very sudden is on the way. Something very, very sudden is on the way, and we're gonna leave it right there. Pile 1. If it resonated with you, let me get a lightning emoji in the comments, because I definitely feel like something very sudden is going to be happening with your career, your life, and it's going to just hit you, and you're going to be like, but it's going to be in the most positive way, okay? It's been a long time coming, so yes. So yeah, like I said, if you want to get the picture, the print of that picture that was used for your pile, that is in my shop. If you want to get any of my other art, that's on my shop. Well, my shop on my page, or you go to my website. The links are below. If you want to tip me, you want to book me for a reading, you want to follow me on social media, you want to join the Patreon, that information is below too, okay? I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace. Hello. Those of you that chose pile number 2, let's get into your reading all about your glow up and how your life is magically transforming, okay? And just so you know, the picture that you picked for pile number 2 is a print that is available on my website. You can go to the links in my description or go to housemystic.com, however you choose to do it. You can get it as a print, you can get it as a phone case, stickers, I have paintings on there, all that good stuff, okay? So yes, that information is below. What else? Also, if you want to join the Patreon or get a reading, that information is below, okay? So yeah, first we're going to be talking about, because we have a spread today. So first we're going to be talking about, wait, where'd it go? Okay, what's going on with you right now? Then we're going to talk about how you're glowing up and transforming. And then we're going to be talking about anything else you need to know about the next phase of your life, okay? Okay, so these cards are for the first part of the spread. Okay. Alright, so 4 of Wands. That's starting off strong. Oh, okay. Interesting, because they kind of look alike but very different. 8 of Swords. And then we have Page of Swords. Okay, so right now, as I'm making this video or when you watch this is timeless, but you could feel trapped. Like right now you could feel trapped. You may feel like you don't have no other options. You may feel maybe stuck in your situation, feeling trapped, feeling like you don't have anywhere to turn. But it's so interesting because the next we have here the 4 of Wands, but then we also have this Page of Swords. If you watch my readings, I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm a very, very visual person. I feel like that's why I'm an artist, but I'm a very visual person. And anyway, the reason why I say that is because you see how she has this, right? She's tied up in chains. She has her blindfold, but then we have this Page of Swords who has a knife, or not the knife, the sword, to kind of cut this. He could probably cut these. And then we have the 4 of Wands where they're over here dancing. So it's making me feel like right now, did this come up in the other pile? I can't remember, but it's making me think that like maybe currently right now you're currently feeling trapped in your situation, or feeling like you don't have any other options, nothing to turn to, no one to turn to. But I feel like with this Page of Swords, with this 8 of Swords, like what I just explained, I feel like Spirit is trying to say that there's options you didn't explore, and there's also tools that you already have that can help to get you unstuck. Like it's making me think of what is this show called? I've been watching it. It's called Grosse Pointe Gardening Society, and it's a really good show. And basically there's a part where this girl, what is her character's name? I forgot what her character's name is, but she's married, and it's like her and her husband were having like some issues with finances and within their marriage and blah 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 blah. Anyway, so it's like they were about to get evicted from their place or whatever, and her husband was kind of upset because I guess she had lost her job and blah blah blah, and they kept talking about being real adults and blah blah blah. But the husband was an artist, and the wife, she was a writer, and they're both creatives and stuff. So when they had their issues, like about to get evicted and stuff, she goes to her husband's mom like, hey, I don't know what to do. I need money. I can you help me with money? And she's like, I forgot what she said, but basically saying like I could do something even better. And she opens the garage, and all her husband's artwork is in there. Like he has tons and tons and tons of paintings, and then she ends up taking it to a restaurant, so I guess they could be sold on the walls or whatever. And she ends up being able to pay all their back rent with his artwork. And she said, yeah, see, she says to him like, yeah, see, We don't have to live life as regular adults. We can make money using our gifts. So that could be another message as well, where maybe you don't realize that certain gifts that you have can be monetized. Like, of course you don't have to monetize all your gifts. Like, you don't have to be an entrepreneur. Like, I'm not going to say, hey girl, you better be an entrepreneur, and you don't have to do that. But I feel like some of you guys have resources and gifts presently right now that you overlook, okay? Or it could even be it's your mindset. Your mindset is keeping you stuck. Your mindset is keeping you stuck. And the fact that it's the Page of Swords and he has the sword that he's, wielding around is making me think that, yeah, that's another thing that can get you unstuck. Your perspective, your mindset. Instead of being like, oh, I'm stuck. Start realizing like you're never stuck. There's never, you're never stuck. Basically, you're never stuck. You're not stuck. And I feel like that's the message Spirit wants you to understand right now. You are not stuck. You have options, or you do have something you can turn to, or so I feel like Spirit wants you to know that you have options and you're not stuck, and it's gonna be okay. Okay, so we also have Enchanted. It says Moonlight Enchanted, but you know what's so funny with this card? It almost looks like a doorway. It almost looks like a doorway that you can walk through. So it's making me think, Spirit is saying that you're not stuck. For some of you guys, there's something with your home going on. There's something with your home. Maybe you're changing homes, or maybe you're wanting to be able to afford your home, like your bills, and maybe you've been like, I don't know. But I feel like Spirit is saying, 1, everything is going to be okay. 2, you're not stuck. There is something that's about, like, there's about to be doors opening for you, but I also feel like there's a gift of yours, or an idea, or something that Spirit is like, if you would just look in this direction, or you would try this out, or you would, you know what I mean, take heed of these intuitive messages I keep giving you, there you would find the solutions. Oh my goodness, my armpit for some reason is itchy. That's weird. Okay. All right, seek healing. Seek healing. Seek healing can have to do with, of course, like seek healing, seek medical advice or something like that. But it can also indicate that you're being told to seek a solution, or seek, maybe not, seek a solution, but also to realize that you are not stuck. And then the seek healing also makes me think of what I was talking about with the mindset. Maybe it's time to really like work on your mindset. Right now you could be being called to work on your mindset, and to maybe some of you guys, maybe you're being called to go to therapy, or doing something that helps with like healing your mind, especially the subconscious, because I'm definitely sensing something with the subconscious mind that makes you feel stuck. That always makes you feel stuck. That makes you not optimistic maybe sometimes about your future. But let's see how you're glowing up. The Chariot. I'm sorry, I'm shaking my head like that. It's just because it's just still, as long as I've been doing readings, it's still unbelievable to me and surprising to me when I say things and I'm just saying it off of intuition, and then the cards literally match what the hell I'm saying. And I don't look at these cards just for this. Just for this, to be shocked like this, okay? Because we have the Chariot here. And this card is all about the subconscious and using the mind to shift things, to change your reality, to attract things, to draw things into you, and to be determined. And with that determination, drawing in what you want. Because when you're determined about something, when you're determined to make shit happen, it's gonna happen, right? So Um, yeah, it's definitely making me think of the mindset. And spirit saying that, yeah, you are not stuck. You are not stuck. And, sorry, my phone just lit up, and I feel like that's a sign. Yeah, okay, but yeah, you're not stuck, and I definitely feel like how things are transforming for you is there's gonna be more movement. There's definitely gonna be more movement, things flowing to you. I'm also hearing like money is gonna flow a lot easier to you, because I feel like for some of you guys, maybe your money was stagnant or it was slow, or maybe you've been looking for a job, or you've been trying to make some things kind of happen within your career. The meditation music stopped and I had to get up and put it back on. But you know what's so interesting? I'm wondering if that was a sign, because literally I was saying like the end of stagnation. I definitely feel like it's the end of stagnation for a lot of you guys. But the fact that like I had to get up and, get the remote so I could get the music back playing, it just makes me think like of, yeah, kind of like with your situation. Yeah, it makes me think of your situation and how like maybe you've been experiencing stagnancy, or like things moving slow, or things coming to a complete stop. Because I actually had to go, and because the video was about to stop. Well, it stopped, but then the video was about to be over, so I had to go restart it. Anywho, and then my phone just lit up again. So I think I'm on to something. So yeah, I definitely feel like spirit is saying to seek options, like you're not stuck or whatever. But I feel like how you're glowing up is, yeah, you're gonna, hopefully explore these options and then move forward with some of these options and try these things or whatever. But it also makes me think of the subconscious mind and needing to seek healing with the subconscious mind. Because I know I talked about therapy, but another thing could be like listening to like how this is a frequency, so listening to frequencies, subliminal message meditations, like things like that. And I feel like it'll help with the movement of things or whatever. So yes, Queen of Swords. That is funny. Swords keeps coming up. Okay. Ooh, an Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. And the fact that like I said, I'm a visual person. So if you look closely here, the Queen of Swords, you see how she's looking forward and she has her hand out with her sword. But then we have the Ace of Pentacles right here. And like, look how her hand looks. Her hand is out like that, and then we have the coin, this hand holding the coin. So I feel like how you're glowing up is, I definitely feel like your money's going to be flowing a lot more. I definitely feel like if money has been slow, I feel like it's going to be flowing for you a lot more. And I see you making like more purchases or something like that. Because if you see, that's what I was talking about with the hand. Like, it looks like you're giving people your money, but not in like a, you're just handing people your money. I think it's more so of like you are spending money on things. You're able to spend money on more things like that you actually want or whatever. But it's also making me think of affirmations, like money affirmations. So it's making me think that some like money affirmations and reprogramming your subconscious with frequencies and subliminal message meditations is what is helping you glow up. Okay. And I also feel like for a lot of you guys, there's a lot of like miraculous things happening for you where you're just like, and I feel like that's how you're glowing up. Like I feel like you're going to be feeling very, very connected to the divine, because it's almost going to be like, wow, you did hear my prayer. you did see what was going on with me, and you came in a nick of time. Like, especially with this Ace of Pentacles, this has to do with divine intervention. Like, all the aces are basically divine intervention. Okay, and with this coming here, coming in here, is definitely making me think of like miraculous windfalls of money, miraculous things having to do with like your finances and your career, where you're just like, that was nothing but God, because I don't know how I got here or how this happened or whatever. I see you having like some type of testimony and being like, yeah, that was nothing but God. I don't know how this even happened. It had to be God. Like, that's literally what I keep hearing and seeing for you. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, so this is also how you're glowing up. Okay. The romantics. I allow romance to touch my heart every day. And then we have the tamer. I believe my cause to be just without anger of those who disagree. So first of all, the romantics is making me think of something I said in another pile. I feel like what's transforming and glowing up for you has something to do with your love life. And then the fact that we have the tamer here. For some of you guys, this could be just for some of you guys. Okay? With this tamer and romantics, I feel like you're going to be catching someone. And when I say catching someone, I don't mean like catching someone in the act. I mean more so of like catching someone that a lot of people want, but they want you. Or vice versa, where you could be a person that a lot of people want, but you want them. It's something like that. A lot of people want both of y'all, or something like that. But I feel like your person, a lot of people want your person. A lot of people want your person, and you're the only one that can tame them. For some of you guys. But then I'm also hearing that Beyonce song. What's that song called? Heated. How could I forget? That's one of my favorite songs. But she's like, only a real man could tame me. Only the radio could play me. Only my... Okay. And, yeah, so for some of you guys, it has to do with someone, you kind of taming someone. I don't know. But it's also making me think outside of that, there is something happening in your love life. There's definitely something happening in your love life that is a part of your glow up. And with this tame thing, it's really making me think of like being tied down. But I don't mean in like a negative way where it's like, oh my God, I'm tied down. But more so of like, you and someone are serious about each other. That's what it's giving. But for some of you guys, let's say if you're like not looking for love or whatever, the tamer and the romantics could literally be you taming yourself, where you are like, yeah, I'm a lover girl or a lover boy, but I ain't doing that shit no more. I'm not about to just be giving my love to just anyone. Like, being way more selective and picky about who you give your time and energy to. So let's see what we can get from Spirit about the next phase of your life. Oh, we have sorrow reversed, and it says loss, grief, depression, but it's reversed. So I definitely feel like I said, many of you guys that you thought you were stuck. You thought things wouldn't work out. You thought, you know what I mean? But I definitely feel like maybe right now, maybe because of this video, or maybe you've already been doing this, you're changing your mindset, and that in turn is changing your life. And it's taking you from sorrow upright to sorrow reversed. Okay, where you are I don't know, releasing releasing negative beliefs. Oh wow, so then we have longing, craving, aching, wanting. Yes, and I feel like there's something that you want. You want life to be a certain way. There's a certain amount of money you want. There's something that you want, but you've been feeling like you can't have it, feeling stuck. But I feel like that's over with. Yeah. And then what's also funny is the next card is Twin Flame, mirroring shared feelings, reflection. So I definitely feel like for some of you guys, your romantic life is definitely changing. Your love life is definitely changing. And the fact that we have longing and Twin Flame is definitely giving that. Oh, and then my phone lit up. It's definitely giving that some of you guys are uniting with a twin flame or a soulmate, something like that. Something like that with this next phase of your life. I feel like some of you guys are about to be in a very serious relationship. If you're not in one already, it's coming soon, where it's like this is gonna lead to like marriage or you growing old with this person. So, okay. So now let's choose from the bowl of answers and let's see. Money trees. Okay. That's great. That definitely means that this next phase of your life, you can definitely expect more money. Oh yeah, I said that. Like money's going to be flowing easier. Waiting in Vain, Bob Marley. And that's funny because we have longing and then we have waiting in vain. And this song is basically talking about someone that he really likes and he wants to be with, but he feels like he's kind of waiting for them to either get their shit together or to be with them, or I don't know. But I definitely feel like some of you guys have been waiting. You've been waiting for love. And I feel like it's finally coming. But for some of you guys, this can also have to do with like what I said, with you having more discernment when it comes to love and being like, yeah, I'm not giving to anyone, because maybe you were that person that would kind of like wait for people, be patient with people, and your wait was in vain, and then they wasted your time or something like that. But yeah, for some of you guys, it really is you're waiting for, or not waiting, but you've been like, oh my god, my love life. But for some of you guys, there's like a long distance type of situation, or maybe there's like a separation or something going on with you and someone, and I feel like that's going to be resolved. Okay, so last one. Self-care / health needs to be your priority right now. So you would definitely possibly drawn to another pile. Blessed by Glorilla. So, and it has money signs as the two S's. So yes, I definitely feel like for many of you guys, your money is flowing and changing. Okay. Yes, I love that for you. So let's leave it right there. Pile number 2. If it resonated with you, let me get some money emojis in the comments, and make sure you go check out my arts. Like I said, the picture that you picked for pile number 2, that print is available on my website, and you can get it as a phone case. I have stickers, I have paintings, things like that. If you want to book a reading, you want to join the Patreon, you want to follow me on social media, all of that information is below, okay? Yeah. Did I already say if you want to tip me? I think I said that. If you want to tip me, that information is below, okay? I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace. Hello. Those of you that chose pile number 3, let's get into your reading all about your glow up. Okay, let me fix my little bun. But yes, let's get into your reading all about your glow up. And yes, just so you know, the picture that you picked for pile number 3, that print is available on my site. okay, housemystic.com. Because if you didn't know, I'm an artist as well, okay? If you follow me on Instagram, you probably know that. But I'm also an artist, a digital artist, and a painter. So if you're interested in getting some of my art, especially that picture that you saw, that information is below. You can check out my website. You can get that picture as a phone case, as a sticker, have paintings, all that good stuff. So that information is below, okay? If you want to join the Patreon or book a reading, that information is below. Okay. And so in the spread today, our spread, oh, come on. Our spread. Wait, where is it? Okay. So the first section is what's going on with you right now. Then we'll talk about how are you glowing up. Then we'll talk about anything else you need to know about the next phase of your life. Okay. So what's going on with you right now? Okay. King of Wands. Interesting. Okay. Page of Cups. And Queen of Wands? Pile 3. I'm getting multiple messages. Some of y'all with pile 3, what's happening to you right now is something is blossoming with you and someone. I know with the other ones, I was kind of like telling 2 stories like, oh, if you're single and if you're this and if you're that. This is the pile where I feel like you're definitely dealing with someone, whether it's a serious relationship or maybe it's a situationship or something, but I feel like something is blossoming between you and somebody. Especially with this Page of Cups here. I feel like this could be very unexpected. Like maybe you didn't expect to, be in love. Sorry, my little stool trying to get comfortable. But maybe you didn't expect this or for it to grow this quickly. Something about this is very shocking. You just met this person, or maybe you just reconnected with this person, but something about this is very, very shocking. I don't know, and very random. So I definitely feel like, oh no, my little clip came out. Something is transpiring between you and someone else, and yeah, it's blossoming possibly very quickly or something like that. So I don't know why I'm hearing for some of you guys, this is the beginning. I was going to say the beginning of the end, but that's not what I'm getting. I feel like it's the beginning of like something that blossoms into something beautiful. Like for example, you go to, I always use a coffee shop for an example. I don't drink coffee. Why am I always talking about coffee shops? I don't even drink coffees or go to coffee shops. But let's say you're at a coffee shop. Right? And then you end up sitting next to someone. Oh, my nose ran. You end up sitting next to someone and y'all start, hitting it off. And little do you know that that's your future husband. Little do you know. That's literally your future husband, but you don't even know. You're just at the coffee shop. You're just like, hey. And you're talking to this person and you're not thinking nothing of it. That's what I'm getting for some of you guys. Like right now, you could have like just started something with someone, or something's blossoming between you and someone, and little do you know that that's your person, But for some of you guys, there's a blossoming of a friendship for some of you guys where maybe it's the beginning, but you don't even realize like this person's about to be your best friend. This person's about to be your best friend for the rest of your life. Or I don't know, but there's something that's beginning to blossom between you and someone else right now, and you don't realize that this person plays a very key role in your life, in your purpose, but you don't know yet because it's like maybe it's the beginning, or you're I don't know. For a lot of you guys, I feel like it's the beginning. Even if you reconnected with this person, I feel like there's something about the beginning here where it's like you're discovering something about this relationship that's important, because the fact that we have the King and Queen of Wands, two suits, or not two suits, two, like this is a match. So I feel like the Spirit is trying to say, for some of you guys, if you just met someone or you're dealing with someone, Spirit is saying that's your match. You've met your match. Ooh, okay. For some of you guys, what's happening right now is you don't even realize that you're about to be pregnant. You're about to be pregnant, or you're about to get engaged. Like, for some of you guys, it's like things are going to be happening like this with your love life. Okay, some of you guys don't even know you're about to be engaged, you're about to be pregnant, you're about to be married, you're about to move in with a person. Like, because for some of you guys, I feel like you might not even know this person, so you're just thinking, what? And then it's 1050, and that number has to do with moving. That's crazy as hell. So yeah, for some of you guys, it's literally, you don't even know this person, and little do you know that you're about to meet someone, and it's gonna be like, boom, I really like this person. Boom, we're falling in love. Boom, we're moving in together. Boom, we're married. Boom, we're pregnant. You know, of course, it doesn't have to be like in a weird, like, y'all know what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, you know. But I definitely do feel though that it's like there's a match with someone. I don't know. I spent most of my time talking about this. So yeah, let's move on. Wow, we have do nothing and intuition. Very, very interesting. So I feel like your intuition is telling you to do nothing right now. For some of you guys, it has something to do with love. It does have something to do with love, where Spirit's like, don't chase love. Even if you're dealing with someone, they're like, don't even focus on that. Focus on you. Because I feel like it's always pile 3 where I'm like, focus on you, focus on you. And for some of you guys, it could be because you're single. But for some of you guys, I feel like you may be dealing with someone already. But maybe there's like, it's slow, or things haven't panned out all the way. And I think it's because Spirit is like, focus on you first, Bookie. Okay, focus on you first. Because that's what's going to help this relationship. But for some of you guys, Spirit is saying, focus on you, and that's what's going to attract this match. Okay? And also with this do nothing and intuition, it's making me feel like some of you guys, I think you're going through a process of realizing like what's for you and what's not for you. And for some of you guys, it's like, because I was going to say if it feels too hard, but that sounds like a cop-out. I feel like for some of you guys, it feels like if it's too complicated, if it's too frustrating, if it's too, it's not fulfilling, if it's, you're realizing like, yeah, why stay here? If it's not fulfilling, if it's not giving me what I want, if it's, you know what I mean? Like I feel like you're getting in alignment with who and what is for you, and, leaving the rest behind. And if it feels like it's too much, or it's too complicated, or it's too awkward, Spirit is like, yeah, that means it's not for you. But I don't mean in like a, copping out, and you know what I'm saying? I think it's more so of like, deep in your heart when something's for you and when something's not for you. And I feel like Spirit is right now asking you to do some soul searching around that, and you're going to get some clarity about maybe what to do next, or yeah. All right. So now we're going to be talking about your glow up. So how is your life magically transforming right now? Justice. Don't laugh at my faded cards. 3 of Wands. This came up Wait, did this come up in another pile? No, I think that was a reading I did for myself. Okay. Justice, Three of Wands, and Two of Pentacles. That's so funny that we have 2, 3. And then we have Justice, which is 11, but it's also, 11. 1 plus 1, 2. So, 2s could be significant. 2s can be significant. And 3s could be significant. Maybe you keep seeing 2s, 3s. I don't know. But either way, as far as like how you're glowing up, I definitely think there's some type of progress being made where you're able to find balance or something like that. Yes, like maybe with your finances or with your schedule or something like that. But the fact that we have Justice here as well, Justice is the card that's associated with Libra, and Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is all about attraction and alignment. So I feel like, what your next glow up is you being in alignment with what's for you, because I feel like you've spent a lot of time just doing shit that was not for you, being around people that was not for you, doing things that weren't fulfilling or satisfying or something like that. And I definitely feel like you are tapping into your heart, your soul, your spirit, or something like that. And that's what's, I'm hearing, helping you make more money for some of you guys. So yeah, maybe something was unfulfilling about your career or your job or something like that, and you're like, okay, I need to change this. This sounds like another pile. And then now you're with the glow up, you're gonna be, feeling excited to go to work, excited to work on things, excited to, you know what I mean? Like you're getting in alignment with what's for you. All right. That's so funny, especially because I was clearing my throat. And it says, the truthful. I speak my truth and expect everyone I care about to do so too. And I kept clearing my throat. I'm like, so yeah, that could be another thing with your glow up. I think you're going to be speaking up more for yourself. And the fact that we have Justice here, but then we have this other card that says, or no, it says the truthful. So the truth. But then we also have this card that says the actor. I know how to act properly and wisely in this situation. So I feel like with your glow up, I think you're gonna be, not that you was just ratchet or doing nothing crazy. I don't think that at all. Pile 3, yeah, I don't think that's the case for you. But I feel like maybe some of you guys wear a mask, or you try to keep the peace or something like that. And yeah, like you try to keep the peace, or I don't know, but I feel like you're not doing that anymore. And not in like because it says I act wisely in this situation. I don't think you're gonna be like just like, oh well, I'm just not gonna say anything, and I think it's more so, or cussing folks out, the extremes. I think it's more so of like telling people where they got you fucked up at, but in a classy way. I see you definitely speaking up for yourself more and not being afraid to, I don't know why I'm hearing not afraid to be a menace. And now I'm hearing Euphoria by Kendrick. Are some of you guys Geminis? So yeah, and it makes me think of Kendrick and how, he did a lot of speaking his truth. And that could be some of y'all where you've been poked, you've been prodded, and yeah, I think that could be your glow up, where you are like, you want to get me started? Okay. Here we go. Okay? All right, so yeah, let's see. As far as the next phase of your life, what can you expect? We have one day. That's funny. And it says someday, somewhere, another time. And then we have shallow, hollow, empty boredom. Now we have resistance, secret admirer, suppressing, timid. Okay. yeah, this next phase of your life, I feel like, especially like it says shallow, hollow, empty, boredom. Like you're not gonna allow yourself to be doing things that you're not deeply in love with. And that could be people too, where you're like, yeah, if I don't feel this like deep connection or this spark, Because you know how, like, I'm not a dating coach. I am not a dating coach. But you know, a lot of dating coaches say, date multiple people at once or whatever the case may be. But I feel like you're like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't want to have shallow connections. I want to wait until I find my person so I can connect deeply with them. Or, I don't know, whatever the case may be, but I feel like you're not entertaining anyone or anything that you don't feel deeply about. Okay? And then I also feel like, especially because it says suppressing, and then secret admirer, I also feel like with this next glow up, I feel like you're going to have a lot of admirers, whether it's like, people that are fans of your work or kind of look up to you. But I also feel like, yes, it's definitely lovers. Definitely people that's going to be interested in you because you look good. You're going to be looking very good, pile number 3. Or I'm sure you're already looking good right now. So, yes, let's see the bowl of answers. Let's see what else we can get about this next phase of your life. Blessed by Glorilla. So this came out in another pile. So, yeah, I definitely feel like you're getting in alignment within your life because you're like, yeah, this doesn't suit me, so I'm not gonna do this. I'm trying to think of the lyrics. We're okay, because I don't want to go over time, but yeah, this definitely makes me feel like your money is growing. But then, okay, you also have self-care / health needs to be your priority right now. So yeah, like I keep saying, like focus on you. Sagittarius, adventurous, optimistic, free-spirited, philosophical, spontaneous, wise. So, and it's funny because Sagittarius has to do with living your truth, speaking your truth, or whatever. So I feel like, yeah, your next phase of life, you're like, yeah, if it doesn't align, I'm gonna decline. If it doesn't align, I must decline. Okay? And yeah, just really living your truth, speaking your truth, and not like settling. Okay. And this keeps wanting to come out first by Ken the Man. That's funny because she's a Gemini, and then we had Sagittarius, which they're both opposite signs. And almost like yin and yang. And then we have the king and queen. Okay, so I definitely feel like some of you guys, you're matching up with someone. Like someone is your match. Someone is your person. Okay, but for some of you guys, it's other things where it's the perfect match and you're no longer dealing with anyone or anything that's like, it just doesn't match you. Crush on you. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people are going to have crushes on you, pile 1. I said pile 1. Check out pile 1. I mean pile 3. I mean a lot of people with crushes on you. Confidence is key, yes. And I feel like that's why a lot of people are going to have crushes on you. Of course, you look good, but I feel like it's your confidence. Because when you have a good energy about you and you like yourself and you believe in yourself, it glows from the inside out. Okay? So, yes, let's go ahead and leave your reading right there, pile number 3. If it resonated with you, let me get some sunflowers in the comments for this Queen of Wands here. Okay, because I feel like that's about to be you. Okay, just very confident and looking great. Okay, so let me get sunflower emoji in the comments. Like I said, the picture that you picked for this pile is available as a print, as a phone case, and I have a bunch of different types of art on my website. If you want to book me for a reading, you want to follow me on social media, if you want to tip me, all the information is below. Okay, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.